That he thinks the offensive line is going to be better.
Oh, yes.
And Mac has said that every time we talk to him.
Yes.
Now that you've had, I know it's only 2 days here, but you had an off season in the spring. Why are you guys going to be better than a year ago?
Honestly, like, I feel like this group is younger. You know, I feel like from Howard, Big Trey, Malik, they're actually getting a shot this year. So I feel like with that, like, they're trying to actually be motivated. We're motivated this year, and we want to, be great. And we feel like we are the heart and soul of the team, offense. So without us, without us bringing that energy and having that intent and being motivated, we won't be anything. So
you guys have parts that have come from all over. You last year from Coastal, you got Austin coming up from Georgia, you got North Texas, Georgia Tech, and now you got a guy from the D3. How have you been able to develop chemistry with so many guys coming from other places?
Honestly, like, bro, like, we get work in Saturdays. Within our program, like, during the week, we work out, train together, we talk together, eat food together, hang out together. We just been, tight-knit, hanging out as an offensive line as one. We just been trying to get to know each other. With Zach Greenberg from D3, like, with him, it's been great having him. Great with Austin, Howard from North Texas. All of us have been, like, just trying to lock in, and be brothers.
Last question on that. Last year, you spoke openly about the chip that you had.
Yeah.
You kind of sense these other guys have chips too because they've taken different kind of paths together.
Yeah, like, we all have chips on our shoulders, and that's why I say, like, that's how we, like, that's where the energy comes from, and that's where we, like, want to be great comes from. Like, Big Trey, like, he's had some injuries earlier in his career. Howard, he came from North Texas, and he's, trying to do his thing and play at a bigger school. Zach Greenberg, coming from D3, people doubt him. Austin coming from Georgia and moving to center, people are doubting him as well, but I feel like we have that chip on our shoulder. Everybody does, and we just want to be great, and we want to lead this offense, and we want to put up big numbers.
You can identify with the doubting. Have you had conversations with those guys about that?
You've
already been through it.
I feel like everybody's talking the same. Like, we just want to take this offense to the next level.
Willie, I was talking with Marion last week, and he was saying one thing he did during the offseason where he would actually meet with you guys, the offensive line, to kind of, get a feel for your tendencies, things like that.
Yeah.
Was that something that he had kind of initiated and, just kind of take us through that a little bit?
Really, we all just, come together and talk, because I say, like, it's a little different because with that spring, I'll just say last year we had an older offensive lineman, and, like, during the spring, we got a feel of something, but now it's, it's actually time to we gotta actually go, because it's 24 days away from the first game. So I feel like we just did that, just trying to get a feel and just trying to understand, what hole can you hit, where's the block going to be, when it's time to cut, stuff like that.
We obviously know Marion is,
the best.
Yeah.
The best. The best.
Okay, next question.
You think Omarion's good? You think he's around?
I think he's the best. He's the best in the country to me.
Yeah. I was gonna say we know he's not the most talkative person, just generally speaking. Is he at all any more vocal since he's been out here?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, Omarion, like, he's like a brother to me. Like, he's joking. Like, I know he doesn't joke in front of the camera, but he's actually a pretty good guy. He's cool as heck. Like, he's a stand-up guy. Like, he's a great guy.
I talked some with Power about this, and saw a little bit of it at ACC kickoff, but he's kind of got a humor to him. Like, how would you describe his
Power?
sense of humor? Sorry, Omarion.
Omarion, like, I'll say, like, he's like he'll say something and he'll just be quiet for the rest of the time. Like, he's that type of guy. Like, he'll just get a joke off and then won't say anything else.
Just drop it in here or there.
Yeah.
Does it feel
one
weird?
for
one?
Does it feel weird being the old guy? It's only your second year here, and you're one of the most experienced dudes out there.
Honestly, man, like, it's crazy. Like, it just, like, feels full circle, because, like, my freshman year, I had fifth-year seniors, sixth-year seniors, help me out. So, I feel like an old head. I let them talk junk to me, say I'm the old guy on the line. I take it, but it's really just coming full circle, because I'm just trying to, give knowledge to those younger guys, like, it was gave to me.
Willie, what can be the strengths of this offense, this particular one? It's obviously a different group than last year and the years before, but, like, what can this group, do you think, do to succeed?
Bigger, faster, stronger. Bigger at tackle, bigger at guard, bigger at center. I won't say as much experience as those other guys have, but I feel like we have that fight.
And how about is the offense as a whole? Like, how can you play your strengths, this particular offense? Mac was saying the other day, we had to play to our strengths.
Honestly, I say running the ball. We got the best in the nation running back. And we have really strong receivers outside. We have J.J. Jones, Nate McCullum in the slot. We have and then we have freshmen, Alex, and we have Jay Ship. I feel like I feel like as we just go along, trying to get better day by day, I feel like it'll show more of our strengths.
What's it been like having Corey Gaynor helping out with the
It's been awesome. Like, I really didn't expect to see him. I was like, when I like saw him and I walked up to into the cafeteria, I was like, what? Like, he's back. Like, he's coaching now. I was excited. I'm really happy to have him back. Like, last year it was amazing. Having my fourth year with him. Like, I remember I used to watch Corey Gaynor in Miami play at Miami when I was back in high school. So,
Remember you saying that?
it's crazy. So it's crazy coming full circle again. But I'm just glad to have him here.
You played center in the bowl game. Were there any discussions of you maybe being the center this year, or was it kind of always the plan to move back to guard?
Really, wherever I can help the team, wherever I can, be the best for me, or not best for me, but I can be the best. If I can play my best and help the team win, I'm for it. I don't like wherever. I'll play tackle. I know I'm short, but I'll make it do what it do. But wherever I can fit in and help the team out, that's what I want to do. Guard, center, tackle, whatever, whatever.
I was watching you yesterday in a couple of reps, and I think one time with Jabbar, you got under his pads, and he was helpless at that point. You just kind of turned him out. Because you're shorter than a lot of guys in the line, that's an advantage for you as far as getting up under the pads. Do you sense frustration sometimes when you're repeatedly able to get up under a guy and sort of straighten him up a little bit?
Oh, frustration for me or them?
No, frustration for them that you can sense from, because once you get under their pads, you got them.
Sometimes I'll say, it really depends. Like, the run game, that's when it really gets, that's when I can really sense some frustration from those guys.
Yeah.
But, I say with Richie, it's like they have to get used to it because I go against them every day, so it's like it happens. But they get the best of me sometimes.
He seemed almost helpless on that play. You know when you've got him, though, because a lot of other guys have to get a little bit lower than to get up. You're already there.
Yeah. But I say
that's an advantage for you.
Yeah, it is definitely. And I feel like with my arm length, and I've been practicing my technique. I've been trying to work some new stuff, and that where I can be at advantage. Whether it's me short setting, jump setting, changing my angle on the set, stuff like that. I've just been trying to work and use my size and my arm length to an advantage.
Have you always seen your size as an advantage in that way, or did you kind of have to reshape your mindset around that?
Honestly, yes, I have seen it as an advantage because I wrestled. So I'm already really used to being in a good position. And I feel like football, especially offensive line, is based on angle. So if I can get a good angle and I can establish the angle and I can run that angle and I can be forceful, I can win every time.
You have to think about it maybe a little bit more technically than just relying on pure physicality.
Oh, yes, definitely, because I'm already, smaller than the majority of the guys I'll face. So I have to, have that technique, in my bag to use.
Yeah. Sacks have been just an issue for the program. I mean, before even, you've been here. What have been some of the conversations around just that aspect of y'all's game, specifically this offseason?
Really just working on our technique. For example, we've been, Coach Clemens in here, but, we've been working with our Coach Kyle Fuller. He's been helping us out a lot, with changing our angles of our set, giving us different drills, to try to perfect and, get better so we won't give up that many sacks.
What are some of those drills that you guys have been doing specifically?
Really, I could say there's a drill where we'll set on 3 different angles. For example, the guard and center will set to angle A, angle B, and the tackles will set to angle B, angle C. Just finding those different landmarks and trying to take away those angles for the defensive line.
Willie, you're the last survivor.
Yeah, man.
But he is tapped out.
Yeah, he caught a cramp. I'm like,
You got to get on about hydration, man.
exactly. Come on, Uzi.
Were you just sitting down together and you
Yeah,
cramped up?
so random. It's so random.
After
Do you have a
games, don't
health
wanna
update
talk?
on Coach Clements?
I'm not sure, but I know, he'll be back soon. Wishing him well. We love you, Coach Clements. We miss you out here. I'm not sure, what's going on, but I hope he'll be good. He'll be good.
Wanted to ask also, you just talked some in the spring about, you really want to be a more vocal leader. You're one of the, old heads now. And is that something that you took upon yourself? Did somebody pass you that torch? Was it a meeting with the coach? Just how did that kind of come about?
It was really just I won't say who else was it on the offensive line, but some of the guys left, some of the guys graduated. It was it really wasn't really passed down. It was I have to do this. I'm on the team still, and I want to, win the ACC championship. So I'm trying to do whatever I can do, whether that's, being a leader by example, being vocal, helping out wherever I can. I just want to be that leader for those guys, younger guys, guys in my class, so we can win that ACC championship and get to that level.
Really, one other aspect, I guess, of the offense is kind of figuring itself out. Of course, the quarterbacks and things like that. Can you kind of detail, for yourself? Obviously, you haven't been, Drake, which it was a constant last year.
Yeah.
Now you guys are kind of, figuring it out a little bit. Just for you, working with those quarterbacks, what's that dynamic been like?
Honestly, it's a lot different. Every Connor's different, Max is different, Ja's different. They're all different quarterbacks. They all have different cadences, and they all are fighting for a spot. So I really just say it's been different, because Drake, it's a hard shoe to fill when it's Drake, but I feel like those guys are working hard, putting extra work in. I see them throwing, coming out early, doing stuff with Coach Clyde. I see those guys putting work in. I feel like they're putting themselves in a position to be that QB1.
I know for you as well, like, as a lineman, on any particular play, I know you have your set assignments. Is there any, tweaks you have to make, as far as like tendencies to, another quarterback being back there? Like, are those any small things you kind of have to adjust to?
I won't really say there's anything I have to adjust to. I'll really say it's really the center, because he has to adjust to like whose cadence is, being said. But I'll say for me, no, not really. I'm just doing my job, playing my role as I always do.
How different, because there will be a different quarterback, whoever it is, how different do you think this offense will look when you guys get to Minnesota and Central and UNC Charlotte in those first games? Like, what do you think the differences or the similarities might be if you're just looking at it?
I feel like it depends on the quarterback. We might throw the ball more. Depending on the quarterback, we might run the ball more. I feel like that's really just the biggest thing for me.
It seemed like you guys maybe were implementing, and the stuff we got to watch yesterday, a little bit more of like the tunnel screen stuff and the screens out to the boundary, I guess. Is that something maybe you've noticed as well, and how does that kind of alter the line?
I'll say a little bit yes. I say yes, we have been doing that a little bit more, but I feel like that's our game. But our game is really running the ball and throwing the ball deep downfield, getting explosive plays.
Who do you think is someone on the offense this season that might surprise some people?
I really could say a lot of people, but in my honest opinion, I don't know. Y'all put me on the spot.
Sorry about that. I thought it'd be an easy question for you.
Because there's a lot of guys, like we have the freshmen, like Alex and Jay Ship have really impressed me. Like, I haven't really seen any freshmen that can come in and actually might be a starter.
They look good in the spring.
They really look good.
Yeah.
And I feel like those two guys are going to be first-round draft picks coming in the next few years.
Jordan looks the part.
Yes.
He looks it big time.
Yes, like I've been in college for 5 years now. But like I haven't really seen any freshman receivers, or I've only seen one. Now I've only seen one freshman receiver come in and do something. But those guys are really special.
Do they have the right kind of attitudes to do something too? Because part of that position is attitude. And some young guys come in, they kind of feel their way a little bit. It looks to me like the two of them kind of stepped in here and said, "I'm ready to roll."
Facts, yeah. Honestly, like they work, like they put work in. Like those guys work. Like I come in on the weekend, they're putting in extra work. I'm like, as freshmen, like that's something that you rarely see, and that's something that I've rarely seen, and I've seen that from them, and I'm impressed.
You mentioned the one other wideout that was able to come and make that mark. Who is that?
Jerry Brown from when I was at Coastal, back in my Coastal days. He's now at South Carolina.
Did you play with Isaiah Lampkin?
Yeah, he's a beast. He's great.
Are there similarities in terms of professional outlook with how Baltimore uses Likely and how maybe Nesbitt can maybe fit at the next level with that, being able to play in the slot and kind of be more of like a fringe receiver tight end?
Oh, definitely. I can see the similarities between him, Isaiah Likely, and Bryson. Like they're acrobatic. Is a mismatch on a safety, linebacker, cornerback. Sometimes they can both be mismatches, and I say like put him out outside, send him across the field, send him on the post. He'll come down with it.
Do you talk to Grayson McCall much?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. I mean, when he said Likely, I said, why not?
This felt like a throwback.
I mean, it just got me thinking.
Sometimes he's still my guy. I know he's across the way.
Sure. He's in the neighborhood now.
He's in the neighborhood for sure. He's still my friend. He's still a great friend of mine, and I wish him the best of luck this season.
Look at us now, right?
Yeah.
Did you maybe shoot him a message, when he went over to?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Okay.
told him congratulations.
Willie, I know you guys aren't in pads or anything like that, but how different is it going against that defense now? Obviously, I don't know in the spring that Jeff Collins was around, but just kind of how different is that defense from your opinion?
Oh, I've definitely more aggressive, like way more aggressive than we were last year, and I feel like that's what we need. We need to be more aggressive because why just sit back and wait when we can just go get them? So it's like I'm liking Coach Collins and what he's doing and helping us and how he brought the aggression out of our defense. That's what we need to win the games.
All right.
Thank you so
Great
much.
stuff, Willie.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.